for some more information. Okay, just uploaded for you also. Okay, here the one formula 1 over n sigma I fi xi minus x bar whole square. This is a population variance formula with frequencies case. Okay.
Okay.
And this also the same as this. These two are same. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Yes,
there
sir.
is no difference between these two. Okay. Another thing is that suppose you have some exercise and notice results, it is better to take some deviation. Okay, for some advantage in the calculations process. Okay, then you can go with the deviation formula. Now what is the deviation you are taking? Di is equal to xi minus a, right?
Yes, sir.
So now I already gave you what is the formula under the deviation case. So you forget about this one. Okay, what is the other formula I gave under the deviation for variance? Do you have here the deviation formula? Hello, sigma. What is the deviation I have taken? X minus a by c, right? Whereas on the other PPT, x minus a is there. X minus a by c also can be taken. Okay.
Okay.
Right, Riddhi?
Okay, sir.
So if I start taking this x minus a by c, if you want variance sigma square, it is c times of sigma fd square by capital N minus sigma fd by n whole square. The sigma fd by n is basically mean only.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mean formula you are trying to get here, and it is a second order one, right? X bar square, sorry, x square form. Sum of the squares of the deviation. Okay. X minus x bar whole square form. When you are squaring it, you will get x square component.
Yes, sir.
So this x square component is this or not?
Okay, sir.
So now you forget about this proof, how it is being proved. Do you have doubt on this proof?
Yes, sir.
What is the doubt you have? You tell me now. 1 over
Sir.
n sigma fi di square. This di is equal to xi minus a is substituted. Now di minus x in place of xi. What is the xi minus x bar, right? Xi minus a is substituted here. From that, what I can say that 1 minute. Xi is equal to di plus a, right?
Xi equals to di plus a.
And x bar is, this is the mean formula, a plus 1 over n minus sigma I fi dA under shortcut method.
Yes.
This also I explained. Okay.
Yeah, sir.
Now what they have done is something like x bar and a is taken. Okay, a minus x bar, and this term is sending to the left side, minus 1 over n sigma fi dA only, right?
Yes, sir.
So this you keep in mind one point in this. Okay.
All right.
Now sigma square x. What is the formula here we have? 1 over n
1
sigma
over n
I
sigma fi xi square minus
fi di square. Sigma, let us suppose this one is xi is replaced here in the form of this di square plus,
So we just replaced it like that. We can replace it like that.
This is xi. What is this xi here?
Di plus a.
Di plus a component, right?
Yeah.
So for variance di plus a, okay. So if is there any variance for the constant element?
No, sir.
So then what will happen? That linear effect can be neglected. Okay.
Okay.
Very simple. The variance present in xi is same as the variance present in xi plus di also.
Okay.
Got it?
Understood till now.
Okay. So from that simplification it will come. you forget about this process, what it is there exactly. You do one thing. You can, if you want to derive the logic, this logic, you can utilize this expression and keep derive it. Okay.
Sir, I'm unable to understand the derivation only.
So do you require actually the derivation?
No, sir, but like
So then
it
forget
was
about
written
it.
in the
So if you
PPTs.
want the derivation part, remember, because it is going to take some time to explain this point, especially if you really require the derivation logical way, that how this sigma square is equal to this thing by using the deviation principle. Okay. I will take some extra time to explain you this particular point. Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if you doesn't want the proof of this, you forget about this expression. Just you go with the expression what I have given to you here.
Okay, sir.
Right.
All right, sir.
So now if D is not there here, you can cross verify by substituting D is x minus a by c right here, and keep simplify. Is it going to match with the formula of this one, under root of sigma f into x minus x bar whole square by n or not? Okay.
Okay.
Hello? Got it?
Yes. Yes, sir.
You just put this D here. Okay. Right.
Okay, sir.
And keep simplify and ensure that whether it is going to match with sigma is equal to under root sigma f into x minus x bar whole square by n or not. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So even I had a doubt, sir.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Am I
So-
audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. There is some interruption. Okay. Right. Now I am audible to you.
So I had a doubt.
Who is asking the doubt right now?
So me, Garima.
Tell me, what is the doubt you have?
So one thing, that quartile deviation, isn't it like equal to median?
Quartile deviation or second quartile?
Quartile deviation, sir. Like because
Quartile deviation, how it is equal to median?
so because
Always.
median is like middle of these two. That's why.
Okay, you mean to say that it is the middle. So do you think that all the time median? I have shown you in the last lab one box plot, remember, whether you attended in the last lab session?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So is that box plot, median is there. There is one box, from Q1 to Q3 and Q3 to Q1. Sorry, what is that? Q1 to Q2 and Q2 to Q3 distance is same.
No, sir.
If it is continuous, if the data is symmetric,
Okay. Yes.
so
Okay.
then it is going to hold good. Remember, okay.
Okay. If it's shifted towards right or left, then it will obviously
So
not
then
be.
your data points are having a skewed behavior.
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes.
what the lower tail length is, longer than the upper tail, then it is called left skewed. If lower tail length is smaller than the upper tail length, then it is going to be right skewed. That you already learned, right?
Yes,
In
sir.
that case, this difference by 2, the average value will not give you the median value. Okay.
Okay. And so one more
Correct.
thing, they said that it's better than range quartile deviation.
Yes, better than.
It's a better measure than range. There was a statement in your slide.
The reason is, what I can say that your range will include only two observations from the data points, remember.
Okay, yes, sir.
But this quartile deviation involves as many as a number of observations, right? In the process
Sir,
of computation. In the process
but
of computation.
it's not properly defining what's the distance, no, sir. Like,
Sorry?
quartile
Exactly
deviation
different,
is,
you mean to say that.
yes, sir.
Exactly
Like,
different.
it's not telling the, it's not like range is totally different from this, right, sir?
So actually the measure range, interquartile range is there. Okay, right? There are several measures, remember. Okay, each measure has its own advantage and disadvantage. Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Each measure has its own advantage and disadvantages. Now,
Yes, sir.
range is only speaks about the spread out of the distribution of the data, from which point to which point the data is spreads. Got it?
Yes, sir.
But interquartile range will tells that information.
No, sir. It doesn't.
It will tells that what is the interquartile range. Even quartile deviation, that information it is not going to provide.
Yes, sir. It will provide something else. Yeah.
So now for certain requirements, the range may not meet. For certain requirements, quartile deviation may not meet. Okay. So that's the reason different combination of measures are evolved, right?
Yes, sir.
So that you need to understand. Okay. So what is its basic purpose? Got it? That
Yes,
you
sir.
need to
It's totally
understand.
different. Okay.
And sometime back, every day I used to ask you, do you have any doubts on the last session or something like this? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Now we are in the second module, almost, one topic of the second module is completed. Now you people are asking certain doubts on the first module. That is that is and fundamentals, like and what is that? Of course, measures of variability. The second topic of that. At least I appreciate now you are forwarded to ask some doubts. But if it is asking at the end of the session, it may not waste our time. Okay, because others have to leave after the session. Good. The advantage over the other measures, you need to study again. But as far as concerned to the syllabus, we are not going to study much on the these advantages and other things in the part of this. But if you are knowing on your interest, it is really well and good. Okay, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Excuse me, sir.
yeah, tell me.
Sir, in the syllabus copy, it is written that the concepts of moment, skewness, and kurtosis is only concepts. So, sir, in the exam, we'll be getting numericals based on those, or we just have to know the concept?
So mostly this CAT examination, you may not expect any question from the kurtosis and skewness. So, but moments, let us suppose, moments are important. Why moments are important is, in the second module also you are going to study that moment generating function. So, what is there in the moments? Mu2 about the central moment, about the center, what is that? About the mean, the central moment, second moment about the mean.
So, it gives standard deviation.
Variance, right?
Yes, sir.
Where the square root of variance is standard deviation, right?
Yes, sir.
The same formula only we have used in the variance. Then what is the difference? Is it not the same thing?
Yes, sir.
Isn't it? Actually, somewhere I kept that. I'm trying to look at that, where I kept it. To show that point.
Also, sir, can you please suggest a book from where we can practice questions?
Actually, this measures of central tendency, the first module, you have the reference book, 10th standard also much enough in my opinion. Got it?
What about questions
You
from
studied all different combination of sums on this thing. What is that?
The level of that like class 10th.
Measures. Yes, class 10 only you studied all how to find the mean, median, mode, everything, all those things you studied. Extra what you are now learning, measures of variability, right?
Yes, sir. So where to practice?
So can you solve all 10th standard problems with these measures of variability? For all those sums.
We didn't learn quartile in 10th, sir.
You studied, it is there, yeah, quartile also there. Median you studied, is it not the one of the quartiles?
Okay, sir.
Huh?
Okay, sir.
Huh? Got it. I'm just telling as a how simple it is. It is not that I don't want to suggest the book. How simple it is, that's what I wanted to tell. Okay. So what it is very important for you is that there are certain measures to look into the variability, to look into the positional values. The measures which are looking at the variability, so coming under measures of variability, the things which are looking at the positions, that comes under the measures of central tendency. So in the case of measures of central tendency, you all learn, let us suppose you have discrete type data or continuous type data. Depends on the given data, you are trying to classify that whether it is in the discrete or continuous, first point, right? And what is the second point you are going to look? If it is continuous, the corresponding formulas you are going to pick and apply the formulas for the given tabulated data. You will get some solution. So you are going to speak on that solution, right? The average is something like this. The modal value is something like this. The median value is something like this. Okay, isn't it? So in quartile deviation under measures of central tendency, quartile deviation already Q1 and Q3 if you are obtaining from central tendency, then quartile deviation formula will be there. What is the difficulty that you have to find the quartile deviation? Huh? Tell me.
Sir, personally, I have understood the concepts, I feel, but I lack practice and I feel unconfident. So I would still ask for a name of a book if you don't mind.
Who is asking this?
Sir, Riddhi.
So actually, we are lagging in covering the syllabus. I will take you extra time if time permits tomorrow or sometime for you. Separately, you call me. Huh? Okay. I will clarify all your doubts. Huh? Yeah. We are lagging in covering the second module. Okay. Today, let me continue the second module. Okay. Right, Riddhi?
Sure, sir.
Okay, good. So, sometime back, even like you, Devendra Kumar and other your friends have called me and I clarified all their doubts. So, if you are every day I used to ask and you people are not asking the doubts of the immediate next class. Okay. At least out of the class hours, if you are calling and asking, we can finish it at the earliest, your doubts. Okay. You keep remember this point at least from now onwards, so that the upcoming topics you can easily understand. If you have doubts on the basics, then there will be some problem in understanding the upcoming topics. Okay, right, Rudy?
Yes, sir. I'll try to be consistent.
Okay, right. Okay, can we continue the second module topics?
Yes, sir, sure.
Yes, sir. Continue, please.
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to tell you this PPT, what I uploaded for you, something like I would like to tell the name of the PPT. So if you wanted to go through this module1.pdf is also fine. Nothing wrong. And one more thing, L1.ppt something is also uploaded for your reference. Right? First module regarding. You can go through this PPT. Okay. So this PPT itself contains certain practice sums, and the module 1 PPT also contains certain what is that, sums for your practice, and enough introduction and background things have been added into this. Okay, right? And the reference books, if you want, already listed in the list of reference books, you can go through one of those books which contains the introductory aspects. Okay, right? And then second module, particularly I told what book is advisable for that. Second module, you go with the probability and statistics for engineers and scientists. Okay. Right. This PPT you can go for read. Well, any other general queries on the second module, particularly last class session? Hello. Do you have any doubts on last class session?
No, sir, no doubt.
No doubts. Joint probability distributions. So we are in the middle of this answer, I think so, in the last class, right? Half of the answer only completed, right? So we expressed the function in terms of x and y here. This fx comma y. Do you have any doubt in expressing this function? Selection of blue refills and red refills and so on.
No, sir.
No doubt. Okay. Hello. Right. So point 1 is answered. The required joint probability distribution function of x and y, that is the probability function for selecting two refills with x blue and y red refills, right? So point 1 is answered. What is the number point 2 in this? Marginal distribution of x and y. Okay. What is the definition for marginal distribution? You noted down now marginal distribution definition.
Yes, sir. It's g of x is equal to summation y f of x comma
z of
y
x is equal to
summation y.
So summation y equal to minus infinity summation y from minus infinity to plus infinity, right? Fx comma y, right?
Yes, sir. So this is for discrete random variables.
Okay. Now whether the given question is on discrete or continuous?
So discrete.
Discrete, right?
Yes, sir.
Why it is discrete?
So because it's the number of refills, it cannot.
So you may start counting 2 refills or 3 refills and so on. Instead 1.1 refill or root 2 refills, right? Do you say
Yes.
like that? Root 2 refills you purchase? Huh?
No, sir.
So it is exact number. So that is coming under counting process numbers or counting numbers representing a discrete distribution. Okay. As x is a discrete variable, so you are considering this function. Well, now, so what basically the domain? What is the domain of y here in this question? Y takes from? Hello. Here x and y domain is there, no?
0 to 2.
Right, 0 to 2. So now what is this expression? Is it something like f of x comma 0 plus f of x comma 1 plus f of x comma 2, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So what you will get, f of x comma 0? Okay, I suppose to add the condition comma x can take the values again 0 comma 1 comma 2, right?
Yes, sir.
What is g of 0? Is it f00, f01, f02? Hello? X is replacing with 0 now, right? What is this value from the given function? f00. What is the value of f00? Can we construct some table of this for ease of understanding before answering this marginal distribution?
Yes, sir.
So this is the direction of y, let us suppose, and this is something like x. So 0, 1, so y is taking 0, 1, 2. Okay, well, now this table gives us the probability distribution. Okay, fx comma y. Now f00, f00, x is 0, y is 0. Then what is f00 value here? 3c0. What is the value of 3c0?
1.
1. 2c0.
1.
3c2 minus 0 minus 0. That means 3c2.
3.
So 3 divided by 28. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Likewise, what is f0 comma 1? Three C0, 2C1 and 3C1. 3C0 1, 2C1 2, 3C1 3, 3 into 2, 6 into 1, 6, 6 by 28. Check once. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
What is f02? Three C0 1, 2C2 1, 3C2 or 3C0?
1 by 28.
3C0, right? 3C0 1. So is it 1 by 28?
Yes, sir.
Well, now x is 1, y is 0. What is f10? 3C1, 2C0, 3C1. Is it 9 by 28?
Yes, sir.
What is f11? 3C1, 2C1, 3C0. Is it 6 by 28 again?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So what is f12?
9 by 28.
f12. Someone said 9 by something. Who said?
Sir, Disha.
Disha, check once again. f12 value. So you are not looking the condition here. What is x plus y now? If you are going for 1, 2. 1 plus 2, how much? Hello? X and y sum. 1 plus 2, how much?
3.
3. Is it not exceeding 2?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this function is valid for x comma y takes the value 0, 1, 2 subjected to x plus y less than or equal to 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Now 1, 2, if you take 1 plus 2 is 3, this is violating this condition. So your f is 0 here. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next 2, 0. F 2, 0. 3C2, 2C0, 3C0. Is it 3 by 28?
3 by 28.
Next F21.
Sir, 0.
F22.
0.
0, right. Okay.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this is F00, this is F01, this is F02. What is this sum? 3 by 28, 6 by 28. Before that, whether all these tabular values are greater than or equal to 0? Hello? Is these values are greater than or equal to 0 or not? Disha? Riddhi?
Sir, please can you repeat the question?
Whether these values which are highlighted now are greater than or equal to 0 or not in this table?
Yes.
Can you sum all these values?
Yes, sir.
What is the sum it is resulting?
1.
3 plus 6 plus 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 3. How much? 3 plus
Sir,
6,
1.
9.
1.
9 plus 1, 10. 19, 25, 28 divided by 28 is 1. Is the total probability 1?
Yes, sir.
The second condition of
Yes,
the probabilities is satisfied, total probability, right? Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now F00, F01, F02 sum is 3 by 28, 6 by 28 plus 1 by 28, 3 plus 6, 9, 9 plus 1, 10, 10 by 28, this value. Okay. So what I can say that I can write here as Gx and here 10 by 28. Likewise, G of 1. What is G of 1?
15 by 28.
Second. G of 1. F10, F11, F12. So 9 plus 6, 15. 15 by 28. Yes, your answer is right. Right?
Yes, sir.
So now, what is G of 2?
3 by 28.
G2, F20, F21, F22. F21 is 0, F22 is 0, F20 only non-zero, that is 3 by 28. Again, cancellation and simplifications, numerator and denominator, I am leaving to you. 10 by 28, you can you can divide the numerator and denominator by 2. It is something like 5 by 14, right? And if there are any cancellation possibilities, you can cancel here if required. Otherwise, you can, right? So this is 10 by 28, 15 by 28, and this one is 3 by 28. Now, what is this g of x column sum?
One.
Right. Okay. Next, what else you want? Marginal distribution of YL. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So what is the formula for that? H of y is equal to
Summation x is equal to.
X is moving from minus infinity to plus infinity, fx comma y equal to, now x is moving from 0 to 2, fx comma y, here f 0 comma, 0 comma y, 1 comma y, 1 comma 2 comma y, right?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, x is moving from 0 to 3.
X is moving from 0 to
3 because maximum number of green riffles, maximum number of blue riffles is 3.
maximum blue riffles is 3, right? But is
But
X
we
is
have to
moving up
select
to
only
3?
two.
How many you are going
Okay,
to
sir,
select?
sir, 2 riffles. Okay, got it, sir.
As you are not going to select beyond 2, that's the point here. The function for selecting 2 refills. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Now it is a 2-dimensional matrix which contains the probabilities. So in the +1 you studied probability distribution function which is a single dimension. Okay. Well, g of x is answered well. Now h of y is this, y is 0 to 0 1 2, and what is now h of 0? H of 0, f 0 0, f 1 0, f 2 0.
Sir,
So vertically you add these things.
15 by
So
28.
if I take this as h of y,
by 28.
so 9 plus 6 again 15 by 28. Right. Likewise, what is h of 1? 6 plus 6, 12 by 28. And then this is 1 by 28. Do you agree? What is the sum of this h of y again?
1.
15 plus 12 plus 1, 28 by 28. Is it 1?
Yes, sir.
Summing of g of x or summing of h of y will give the same value as 1. Or summing of all these fxy values also gives the 1, right?
Yes, sir.
So now this h of y, h of 0 we computed. This is again 15 by 28. So now I'm leaving to you that h of 1 formula substitution here. What is that? This thing. H of 1 is something like 12 by 28, and h of 2 is 1 by 28, right? So second question we answered. What is the third question? Third sub question of this? We need to find the probability of some region A. That region is given by x plus y less than or equal to 1, right? Hello, my dear student. Do you have any doubts on finding the marginal distribution of x alone or y alone? This is y alone, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Any
Yes, sir,
doubts?
no problem.
No doubts.
sir.
Can I continue to the third sub question?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So then the third point, what we need to answer? Probability of x comma y is in A. You know what is that? A is defined. X plus y is less than or equal to 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you give me the probability f values which are between less than or equal to 1? What combinations? Is 0 comma 0 less than or equal to 1? The sum of 0 comma 0.
Yes, sir.
Likewise, can you give the expression of f for what values of x and y, x plus y is less than or equal to 1? Hello. What is the point now I can take?
C values.
Sorry? Or coordinate point I can choose so that their
So
sum
we
is
can
less than or
take zeros, f of 0, 0,
Hmm.
f of 0, 1,
Okay.
and
What is
f
the
of 1, 0.
f of
1, 0.
1, 0. Any other possibilities are there?
Sir, I don't think so.
Oh, no other possibilities. Only these three possibilities from this. Okay. To meet the condition, this x plus y less than or equal to 1, right? So therefore, f00, what is f00? 3 by 28. What is f01? 6 by 28. f10, 9 by 28. Only these three elements. 3 plus 6 plus 9. 9 plus 9, 18. 18 by 28, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? You substitute the values here and then conclude that it is 18 by 28. Something like, 3 by 28 plus 6 by 28 plus 9 by 28 is equal to 18 by 28, like this. Okay, right? Whether we answer all the three sub questions of this?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any doubts on modeling of this function or finding the answers of the other sub questions?
Clear,
Any more
sir.
doubts? No doubts, right?
No,
Yes,
sir, no, sir.
So then can we take one question on continuous distribution?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Good. What is the next question in this PPT? Followed this. So can I take this question? A candy company distributes. Is the question is readable to you?
Yes, sir.
What is the question? A candy company? Someone read.
A candy company distributes boxes of chocolates with a mixture of creams, toffees, and nuts coated in both light and dark chocolate. For a randomly selected box, let x and y respectively be the proportions of the light and dark chocolates that are cream, and suppose that the joint density function is fxy equals 2 by 5 2x plus 3y for xy in between 0 and 1 and
So
0
here
otherwise.
both x and y are between 0 and 1, meaning.
Yeah.
Okay, right. And then with this probability distribution function, this is the proportion that they are mixing, that light and dark chocolates. Okay, with these proportions. Got it? Suppose what is that? You wanted to prepare one dish. You need to see the number of people, and accordingly you are making some proportions, right, to prepare the dish, right? Isn't it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So similar fashion. So some proportions they are taking and preparing these chocolates. Okay, that has been readily available for the distribution. Good. So now what we need to find out? These things, right? Can we answer? Quickly we answer. Again, if data goes, then we may disconnect. Okay. So from the morning, this is my 4th or 5th class. Yeah. Right. Quickly, given that fx comma y is something like you note down what is the given expression 2 by 5 times 2x plus 3y zero less than or equal to x comma y both. It is not that x is greater than or equal to 0 and y is less than or equal to 1. Remember, my dear students. Okay. Here both x and y between 0 and 1 and 0 else simply. Okay. Right. You know what capital X and capital Y represents from the question. Let me answer the first sub question. So what is the first sub question? We need to check the total probability is 1 or not, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
So what is the condition to check the total probability for one, which is 1 or not?
I will take the integration of f of xy from minus infinity to infinity.
Okay, minus infinity to plus infinity. But as the function is defined only between 0 to 1, can I confine to this interval?
Yes, sir. We'll divide it into 3 intervals then.
Yeah, all that will go away. Two of the other sub intervals. So only this will remain
Yes,
0 to
sir.
1. 0 to 1 will remain. Whether single integral or double integral. Look at the condition. Joint probability distributions, total probability, second condition.
Sir, double integral.
Sorry, double integral, right?
Yes, sir.
One is for x, one is for y simply. Okay. Fx comma y. So dy dx. As the limits are independent, you can integrate them independently also. So now fx comma y is replaced here. Can you provide this integral value as it is very simple to you? Or if I wanted to integrate, so before that 2 by 5 is constant, I am taking outside of this integration. Integral 0 to 1. If I'm going to integrate with respect to y firstly, then what I have 2x keeping as constant, 1 dy is y, so it is a 2xy plus 3 times y square by 2, right? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Dx. So can you substitute this here? What are the limits here which you need to substitute?
0 to 1.
0 to 1, right?
Yes,
when I
sir.
put the upper limit, what it results? 2x.
2x plus 3y square by 2.
2x plus 3y square by 2, right? So that y square is something like already 1 by 2 only it results, right? 3 by 2.
Yes, 3 by 2. 2x
And
plus 3 by
dx. Now 2 by 5 integration of 2x dx, that is something like 2 times x square by 2. So it results simply x square plus 3 by 2 times x over the limits 0 to 1. Now substitute these limits. tell me the value. By 5 into this bracketing value, how much? 1 plus 3 by 2. What is this 1 plus 3 by 2? Is it 5 by 2?
Yes, sir.
2 by 5 into 5 by 2, how much?
1, sir.
Now, have you verified that?
Yes, sir.
Verified that the total probability is 1, right?
Yes, sir.
What's the second condition? Find the probability of some region here. What is that region?
X lies between 0 and 1 by 2 and Y
So
lies
now
between
X is
1.
given in the domain 0 to half and Y is given the domain 1 by 4 to for Y, remember 1 by 4 to 1 by 2.
By 2.
So you are very good in evaluating these double integrals, right? So at your free time, can you answer this double integral?
Yes, sir.
So what expression you need to consider? This fxy is supposed to replace it with 2 by 5 times 2x plus 3y, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so second point of this is answered. You are going to answer it. If anyone having the doubt how to answer it, I will answer, no doubt. Already the integration is here. Just changing these limits only, right? Isn't it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, what is the third support of this question? Compute the marginal distributions, right?
Yes, sir.
So marginal distribution, or as it is defined on continuous case, I can also call marginal density of X alone is, what is the formula? Z of X is equal to, as it is a continuous distribution, what is the formula I have to use?
We will integrate it with respect to Y.
With respect to Y. Integration, what are the limits for Y? I have to consider 0 to 1 fx comma y dy. Okay. Right.
Yes, sir.
So we already considered this function and we already evaluated this, if you remember. This one only, right? 2x plus 3 by 2. Is that resulting 2x plus 3 by 2?
Yes, sir.
Do you agree?
Yes.
But in the examination, you may be substituting and evaluating it independently. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So for your understanding, if I wanted to add this point, I can add here this thing. But this integral is not required now. Check once. You need to specify the domain of X.
Yes, sir.
One scalar is missed. What is that scalar?
Sir, 2 by 5.
Is the answer is correct? What I have here after integrating and substituting the limits? You are now free to ask the doubts. Don't feel shy to ask your doubts. Hello?
Yes, sir, it's correct.
Correct. So can you determine yourself what is the marginal density of y using a similar type of formula?
Yes, sir.
If you are not adding this condition here, the domain of x, just like that you are leaving, it indicates that x can take any value, any real value. If x can take any real value for this function, then g of x is not going to be a probability function, remember. Okay. You have to specify the domain after finding the marginal density. Okay. Marginal density of y. So this is h of y. So integral 0 to 1 fx comma y dx. So when you are integrating with respect to x, so and substituting the limits, what is the resulting answer? So 2 by 5 is a scalar. 2 into x square by 2. So it is something like x square plus 3 times xy. Take the limits 0 to 1. Now substitute these limits. Put the upper limit. Is it seems to be 1 plus 3y?
Yes, sir.
What is the domain of y now? 0 less than or
0.
equal to y less than or equal to 1. Have we answered the
Yes.
third part of the question?
Yes, sir.
Well, are you able
Yes,
to
sir.
follow the procedure of solving the probability questions?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. Is it seems to be simple?
Yes, sir.
So for practice, you have questions in this PPT. The PPT is already available to you. Okay. You have lots of questions here, right? Joint probability questions, right? Now I would like to give you one more definition. What is conditional density or distribution? Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can you note down the definition for conditional distributions?
Yes, sir.
Quickly note down the points here. X and y be two random variables which are of discrete or continuous type. Then the conditional distribution of the random variable capital Y, given that capital X equal to little x, it is a fixed point. Capital X equal to little x is a fixed point, remember. It is not the interval type. The given condition is not the interval type. Then f of y, it is reading as f of y given x. Yeah, instead of it seems to be a division symbol, you can even make it a vertical line, okay, between y and x. F y given x is equal to f x comma y divided by g of x, provided g of x is non-zero. Similarly, the conditional distribution of the random variable capital X, given that capital Y is equal to little y, is f of x given y is equal to fx comma y divided by hy, comma h of y is non-zero, where g of x and h of y, these two represents the marginal distributions of x and y respectively. In a general manner, the conditional probability is given by probability of a less than capital X less than b is equal to probability of capital A less than x less than b given capital Y is equal to little y is equal to this expression summation over A less than capital X less than b fx given y under discrete case, integral x from A to b fx given y dx under continuous case. Okay. right?
Yes, sir.
Well, can we take one example on these conditional distributions?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before that, in a more simpler form, have you learned conditional probability in +2?
Yes, sir.
So if you recollect,
sir, move that slide again.
Definitely. Yeah. Is it fine? Visible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So wait for 1 minute, sir.
Yeah, definitely. So once you complete, you just inform.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. So you might learn A given B, probability of A given B formula in +2. Those who remember, can you give me the formula for this?
Sir, P intersection B upon P of B. P A of A intersection B upon P of
P A intersection B, right?
Yes, sir.
Divided by P of
B.
B, provided P of B is non-zero, remember again, right?
Yes, sir.
The same condition you noted down now. So this expression I can also rewrite as A intersection B as nothing but A comma B. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now you compare this expression with Fx given y or Fy given s. Will it be the same?
Yes, sir.
You already learned that, but the way right now you are learning is something different, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that is the only thing, but the definition is already known to you. Okay, right? Let's switch to the questions.
Yes, sir.
And before going to the question which is available here, one note point. You may have n random variables x1 to xn, be a probability, the fx1 to xn be a probability or a joint probability distribution function of the random variables x1 to capital Xn of discrete or continuous type. Then the conditional distribution of x1, x2 and x3 given capital X4 equal to little x4, capital X5 equal to little x5, and so on, capital Xn is equal to little xn, is expressed as f of x1, x2, x3 given x4, x5 and so on xn is equal to this expression. Here, this conditional probability also can be called as a joint conditional probability. Why? Because the variables are not just alone one variable, and more than one variable is there. Therefore, this conditional probability can also be called as a joint conditional probability. And this marginal distribution also called as a joint marginal distribution. Okay, right?
So can you please explain this again?
Very simple. You have more generalized. Now, if your n is 2, remember, n is 2. Is it the previous definition? F x comma y. Hello?
Yes, sir.
You are going to fix. Now, if you want, more generalized expression, the joint conditional distribution, if you want to define, you can go for f of x1, x2, x3. There are 3 variables. Given that x4 is equal to little x4, capital X4 equal to little x4, capital X5 equal to little x5, capital Xn equal to little xn. This expression is expressed as f x comma y form. Means that f x1, x2, x3, comma x4, x5, and so on xn. That is the numerator. So this is the given function, joint function, right? Right? Divided by, what is the denominator part? G of x4, x5, xn. Is it appear here in the denominator form? Right? Hello? Whatever the variables, given variables, those variables are appearing only in the denominator of this, and the numerator f is as it is the given f, right?
Yes, sir, got it.
That is the simple logic. Okay. Now this one we call as a joint probabilities, joint marginal distribution. How do you get the joint marginal? So what are the variables which are not which are appearing here? X4, x5, and so on xn. So what are the variables which are not appearing? X1 to x3, right?
1, 2, 3. Yes, sir.
So if you wanted to get this denominator term, you need to integrate f with respect to x1, x2, x3. That means triple integral. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that you can get this. Okay.
Yes,
Hello. Under continuous case, for discrete case, a triple summation. Okay. Got it?
Yes, sir, got it.
Okay, well, so now I'll take quickly this question. Okay, what we need to answer now from this joint probability distribution function? Read the question. The joint probability distribution of capital X and Y is given by fxy equal to x by 4 times 1 plus 3y square over the domain 0 less than x less than 2 and 0 less than y less than 1. Find the marginal densities, conditional probability, and some conditional probability, right?
Yes, sir.
You know how to find the marginal densities, right? As I explained just, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Double integral.
I am stating here, you find marginal densities. Okay, I'm leaving to you that point. What is the second condition?
So conditional probability.
Conditional probability. If you want answer this conditional probability, what you require?
So we need f of xy and we need
F of xy already there. What else extra you need?
marginal density of y.
So marginal density of y, right?
Yes, sir.
So can we answer the marginal density of y right now? Then x you can answer yourself. Okay. What is the formula for marginal density of y? H of y.
So we'll integrate the function with respect to x.
Right. Integrate over the limits 0 to 2. So these limits for x, the variable x. I'd like to increase the font size so that it will be visible to you. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is that fx comma y? X by 4 or 1 by 4 into x into 1 plus 3y square dx. Now 1 by 4 is constant taken outside. You are going to integrate with respect to x. If x is inside of this expression, integration of or even outside this 1 plus 3y square also I'll treat as some constant, as it is independent from the variable x. Now integration of x dx, integral 0 to 2 x dx. What is this answer? 1 over 4, 1 plus 3y square, integration of x dx, x square by 2 for the limits 0 to 2, right? Now what is the final answer?
Sir, it's 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2 y square.
It seems to be 2 square 4, 4 by 2 is resulting 2, 2 by 4 is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 into 1 plus 3y square, right? Is it fine?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, so similarly, can someone find the marginal density of x quickly? I want to add one more point. Marginal density of x alone what I missed here while answering the marginal density of y? The domain of y. 0 less than y less than 1, I think, right? So this is marginal density of x alone is g of x. This is the limit for y. And then you are going to integrate with respect to y.
Hello.
Yeah, please. Who is asking the doubt?
Sir, your slide is not changing.
Isn't so? What about the others?
So it is
Is my
showing
screen
us.
visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Check Devendra Kumar yourself, your network connectivity.
Yes. Sir, can I join again?
Yes, yes, fine. Yeah, marginal density of y. What is the answer you got here? Is it seems to be something like x by 2?
Yes, sir, x by 2.
What is the domain? 0 less than x less than
2.
2. Now, can you notice one interesting point here is f(x, y) can be expressed as the product of g of x and h of y. Check once. H of y is 1 by 2 into 1 plus 3y square and g of x is x by 2. Multiplying these two, will it result fx, y? Hello?
So please can you scroll up a little?
So is it fine here?
Yes, sir. It gives us that.
So my g of x is this thing, x by 2. What is my h of y? 1 by 2 into 1 plus 3y square. Multiply these two, what it result?
Sir, f of x comma y.
So if fx comma y is the product of x and marginal densities of x and y, then
so then x and y are statistically independent.
Yes. Therefore, capital X and Y are independent. Okay. The second point is we need to add find the conditional probability fx comma y. What is the conditional probability we need to find out? Fx given y is equal to, what is the formula? F of x comma y
divided by h of
y.
Yes, sir.
So what is f of x comma y? 1 over 4
x into 1 plus 3y square.
Right. One by 4x. I'd like to increase this font size or zooming out this. Now, f of xy is added, and this thing is now adding. So what is the resulting expression?
X by 2.
X by 2.
X by 2. You might heard about one condition. If A and B are independent events, then what is the probability of A intersection B?
PA into PB.
Right, PA into PB. If PB gets cancelled, what else remains?
PA.
PA.
So is it resulting like that, g of x?
Yes, sir.
That's the simple point that we can verify from the known results. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now again here, x is bounded between 0 and 2, right? Well, what is the third point of this
Sir,
conditional probability?
It is independent or not?
Sorry?
Sir, how do we know if it's independent or not?
If this condition hold good, we can say that the variables are independent.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Got it? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. So any other doubts? Last point. What we need to answer? Probability of this thing, right? What is the formula for this? Integral over x.
1 by 4 to 1 by 2.
X given y dx, right? Just you noted down a conditional probability formula.
Yes, sir.
Is it the formula I'm writing?
Yes, sir.
Probability of A less than X less than B given Y equal to Y. Right? For certain functions, this condition not always necessary to be equal, right? Remember. So fx given y, x is moving from 0 to 2. If x given y is x by 2 dx, what is this
Sir,
value?
here won't we take x from 1 by 4 to 1 by 2?
Yeah, right. It is true. I thought it is the entire interval. Okay, right. 1 by 4 to
1 by 2.
1 by 2, right. Now, can you find this integral value yourself?
Yes, sir.
So now what we learned so far from in the second module? Someone summarize?
Sir, we learned about random variables.
What is random variable? What is sample space? How to identify whether a given random variable is discrete or continuous, right?
So then joint probability distributions.
Yes, probability
marginal
distribution, probability mass function, cumulative probability function, cumulative density function, marginal densities, joint probabilities, conditional probabilities, right?
Yes, sir.
So at glance, from this contents of the second module, now you learn probability mass function, probability distribution functions. They are cumulative distributions, density functions, joint probability distributions, joint density functions, marginal and conditional distributions, right?
Yes, sir.
What else is left now? Mathematical expectation. Okay. Right?
Yes, sir.
So in tomorrow's session, mathematical expectation will be covered. Okay. So before that, you need to practice few more questions from this. Okay, on the joint probabilities. Can you take a snapshot of this slide, all of you, so that you can practice these sums?
So when will you upload module 2?
I think this PPT is already available till this. If it is not available, after this session will be uploaded. And today's solution key also will be uploaded.
Okay, sir.
Hello, is it available till this point?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
okay, fine.
Still conditional distribution it is.
Only the solution key which we solve now, that need to upload. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, sir.
These questions, these practice questions, you solve. So here this example which I am showing now, the conditions are slightly different. See, 0 less than x less than y less than 1. Okay. Right. Sometimes the limits are not independent. Here the limits are independent. Sometimes the limits are not independent. Okay. By that time you are supposed to take care of that. So that will that already you studied in statistics, calculus for engineers. Something like integral 0 to 1, then y is a function of x, right? f1 to f2, which are functions of x, right? Got it?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir.
So that kind of problems also may be expected. Okay. So there is one question for your practice under discrete joint probabilities, and these two questions for your practice under continuous category. Okay. So can I stop the session?
Yes, sir.
So those who have the doubts, so they can stay back, others leave from the session. Those who have doubts, raise the hand signal and others leave, so that I can straight away talk to them.
Thank you, sir.
Great. Thank you all. So as no hands or rise, so I'd like to end the session.